Fellas, today we have one of the greatest road to glories, and that is Long Badookie, and he absolutely is a cornerback, and today we are going to make him either a slide cornerback, a man-to-man cornerback, or a zone cornerback, and you know what we're going to go with? We're going to go with the man quarterback, because I want to man these receivers up. And yeah, you might be wondering, where did you get Long from? Yeah, this is a long dude. I mean, yeah, absolutely, from Miami, South Florida, but let's get into this drip as I have the Rydell helmet on, and you know he's a Badookie, so he's absolutely going to have that neck pad on, and this is drip to me. If you ask me, I don't care what you think. I mean, hey, we're going to play football, and we're coming to hit, intercept balls, and do anything I can to help my team, and that's why I'm going to pick winning time. But now it is signing day, and we're going into the biggest day of my life. I mean, I balled out in high school, was not really the top guy, babe, man. I was a 4-star, but out of all of these schools, man, I didn't know where to go. I wanted to go to Pitt, man. They was going to get me second string, but if I go to UConn, I will be starting straight off the bat, so that's where I committed to. But taking a look here into my ratings, you know, I'm a 77 overall. My power wasn't there, my zone coverage wasn't there, but that doesn't matter because my man coverage is who I am. So I went ahead and upgraded that to 82 and upgraded my hands. But talking to the local newspaper dude, whatever he is, he said you find yourself thrust into a starting role. And I said, man, I'm just ready to make some waves. Straight like that. Going into our first week, being a freshman for these UConn Huskies and absolutely having the first practice coming up, you know, it was a lot going on. So my weekly agenda was what I had on the day for today. Absolutely had to make sure I maintain my leadership, maintain that 3.0 GPA, and I had to balance being a leader as well. But going into the first practice, I had some man-to-man, and I'm not gonna lie, I bit on it like he was finna run a slant. That was on me, and he absolutely had me beat right there. But my teammates were making me, these points was just racking up. But I got my first interception in practice to show these boys that I might be young, but I'm not no little boy, because guess what I'm standing at? I'm about 7'2". Yeah, 7'2", absolutely. About 220, solid. But absolutely got gold with my first practice, man. I was ready for that first game. Going into Long Badookie first game as a freshman, he absolutely was coming out here intense. And on 2nd and 6, he had a stretch play, and they were not running that ball my way. I wasn't getting in the action early on, but on 3rd and 6, I made sure to strap it up so they didn't throw the ball my way. But on 2nd and 3, I said, I'm absolutely gonna go find that ball, even if I gotta go hawk it down. But boy, he was too fast and I wasn't catching him. He got me on that one, so I got sent to the bench somehow. Coach, that wasn't my fault. The ball was ran away from me and I tried to hawk it down. But on 1st and 10, I'm absolutely sitting in my zone, but I said, I'm gonna man him up, absolutely get an interception and show these boys that I'm not a rookie at this game. So I said, I'm gonna try to return it too. But that boy pushed me out of bounds to our sideline, and that's how you want a QB to look after intercepting him. He was out of the game after that, but I'm gonna meet him, bam, to the sideline. I'm absolutely gonna rock him. Yeah, rock him. I said it. And on 1st and goal, they absolutely go in for 6, and I wasn't here to play anymore. On 1st and 10, we're losing 38-14. We gotta make a comeback somehow, some way. But I'm not gonna lie, he was gone, and I said I wasn't letting him get away this time. I was gonna go get him, and absolutely just didn't get him. These boys was fast, and I mean, hey, this college experience, these boys are fast in high school, but absolutely in the game off with 1 total tackle, 1 interception, I gotta do better. But man, after a great first game, going into practice, I was absolutely manning up early on in practice and just told him he wasn't better than me. Absolutely intercepted it early on to go ahead and get 50 points to make that thing bronze. But absolutely got burnt the next play. I'm not gonna lie, we was going tit for tat. Yeah, he might be one of the better receivers, but guess what? I'm a freshman. Yeah, you might try to pick on me, but guess what? I'm still gonna absolutely stay in great coverage, intercept that ball, and get these points. But man, I was trying to go for goal. With another interception, I just didn't have it in me. I go on to get 3,500 points with the silver plaque. Going into our second game against FCSEs, these are bam lesser manners. I told him, welcome to the party. Yeah, because I'm going to be here all game. And on 3rd and 3, I mean, we didn't have anything going, but on 3rd and 4, he had me beat. But guess what? I was still inside of him. That's what you never do. You never give up inside leverage. And this quarterback was not pitching that ball, so I went to go get him myself. But man, on 3rd and 9, all I seen was that go ball, and I went to go get it, and I tried to return it, but he put me down. And man, it feels good to go ahead and already have 2 interceptions on the season, but that's on me. Not the right form tackling. I try to go in with my shoulder, and that's what happens. But oh man, I get another interception, and this is the 2nd interception of the game. 3rd and 4, I'm trying to get to that end zone now, but on 2nd and 10, reading it like a book. Oh man, another interception, and this time I could, and I would go all the way to the crib, and that is 3 interceptions in 1 game for a freshman. Yes, sir, Long Badookie is going to take over college football. absolutely get Heisman and more. But on 3rd and 10, he absolutely, bam, meet him at the mash. Yes, sir, we going to win 39-17 and absolutely gets player of the game with 3 defensive interceptions and 1 defensive TD. Going into our next game against Duke for the freshman. Bam, this was going to be a game that he separate himself, absolutely. But on 3rd and 12, they threw that goal ball and they must have not watched last week's film. I had 3 interceptions. Why throw it my way? I get another interception and that's the way to start the game off. I told him, you don't ever throw that ball my way. But they go down the field and score. Absolutely got me. But on 3rd and 9, I intercept that ball and all I can see is that end zone as long. Badookie will go all the way for 6 for a second returning. Man, just look how he intercept that ball. He read it just so beautiful. Looked like Ed Reed back there. But on 3rd and 6, oh man, is that another game of 3 interceptions? I mean, why do you keep throwing it longs, Badookie? Wait, I mean, look how he's hawking that ball. He's a ball hawk and absolutely will come down and bam you. Absolutely. He's trying to hurt you, but on 1st and 10, I absolutely get blocked up. They hit that sideline and man, this running back was going all the way to distance, but I said, no. I wasn't going to give up just yet. On 1st and 10, I came around that corner and boomed him to the sideline. I told him, what are y'all going to do? Nothing. But on 1st and 10, bam, and this time I made him fumble and I got on that ball myself. I'm absolutely just creating turnovers out there. But on 1st and 10, I meet him for a tackle for loss. And 1st and 10, again, I said I bammed him. Yes, sir. They're going to feel me and they're all going to have headaches by the end of the night. But they go in and score again. And it's like I'm doing everything in my power to help my team out. Bam! I'm going to hurt every single player on this team. But on 3rd and 14, I'm going to meet him outside with another tackle. And that's the way to hit him. But we absolutely go on and lose the ball game. I get player of the week. Absolutely. I had a great game. Well, I mean, after having a total of 6 interceptions in the wingspan of 2 weeks, I wouldn't throw the ball my way anymore. Going into our next game against FAU, Florida Atlantic, however you say they name, we're going to absolutely blow them out. As you see, he threw it out of bounds trying to get the ball to the receiver, but I'm going to absolutely get to that ball and try to absolutely, bam, make plays by hitting them if they're not going to throw it my way. But on 1st and goal, we had a lock on them, but I just wanted to run with them, but they absolutely go down and score on us. It's 14-7, and we're due for another win. Man, so I hawked this thing down right here. Thought I was going to intercept it, and he absolutely threw it right over my top. I just can't be making mistakes like that, but I made up for it. Absolutely interception in it. I said, what? Sorry about that, fellas. I'm just a little too, I'm passionate about this football thing, but bam, absolutely a great hit in the backfield. But on 2nd and 7, yeah, no, sir. I got lucky on that one. I didn't even guard him up tight, and he just dropped the ball. I guess it was the footsteps coming down. That boy got scared, but man, that is relentless right there. You never give up on a play because it's never over. But intercepting the ball, I absolutely said, I want to return it. It's 28-21. Let's put some points on the board. And what my coach always told me is get 3+ turnovers and a little bit more. But this is another 3 interception game for long Badookie. And on 3rd and 7, bam, that's how you lay the boom and absolutely hurt someone. We're going to win the ball game 31-28. He ends the game off with 3 total tackles. 5 total tackles and 3 interceptions. Sorry about that. But man, after taking those 2 devastating losses at the beginning of the season, man, we're kind of back on that road of winning, and that was not the proper way to tackle. I don't know who taught long Badookie that, but stuff like that would send you get to the sideline is what my coach told me. But absolutely, on 2nd and 11, I wanted to be a part of this play. I don't know how that ball came out, but there was a fumble somehow, some way. So I said I wanted to be a part of it. But on 2nd and 9, he absolutely threw that route, and I don't know what my cornerback was doing. You're supposed to stick that dude, and I had the other dude. But on 2nd and 7, that's how you make sure he doesn't go outside, make him bounce it back in. And on 2nd and 5, that's a bam, great angle and absolutely knocked the wind out of him. But on 2nd and 9, I said, I want that interception, and guess what? I'm going to go get it. I about dropped it. I could say that, but guess what? As I hit that outside, I could outrun these old linemen and take it all the way to the crib, and man, that was beautiful. Yes, sir. I think I'm having an interception about every game. Not just one, but probably like 2 or 3. Bam! Absolutely laid the boom on them. But on 3rd and 8, I read it so beautiful, they don't even throw the ball. But on 4th and 13, I'm sitting back there, and I'm just waiting for him to throw that rock again, and he threw it to me. I mean, why? Why would you throw it, man? And I almost in that corner and about took it back for 6 again, and I'm over doing the Deion Sanders. But on 2nd and 15, yeah, he's scared to throw that ball, but he still threw it, and lucky that I didn't just jump up all the way up and caught it. But absolutely took ACL, MCL out. We going to win another game. I get player of the game with 2 defensive interceptions and one defensive TD. Going into our next game against Temple after another great game last week. I mean, it's time to have another great game. On 1st and 10, I absolutely made a rookie mistake. I thought he was going to throw that short route, and look, he threw it to the curl, and they went to go for 6. But on 3rd and 2, I absolutely laid the boom. Yes, I did. And on 3rd and 2, again, I'm absolutely doing what I got to do, but they're scoring on the other side of the field. It's 14-7, and man, I said, boom, I'm going to bait him up, and oh man, I got ran over. That's what happened. I thought I was going to lay that boom, but the boom got laid on me. Hey, yo, I don't know what I meant by that one there, brother, but it didn't sound right to me. And I didn't mean it that way, but I said, look at that, man. I'm over here having the worst game that I possibly could have. And on 1st and goal, I tried to meet him in that hole, but it just didn't go in my favor. It's 35-21, so I said, you know what? Bam, I got to make some shaking. I'm going to absolutely try to hurt you now. But on 2nd and 10, bam, you're going to feel this all night. But on 3rd and 5, I said, throw the ball. And man, I thought it was an interception, and we going to lose. Going into our next game against Wake Forest. Bam! Got so mighty. I laid that boom on that boy, and I'm gonna welcome this boy to college football. But they absolutely got the 1st down, and that was kind of on me. But on 2nd and goal, I get blocked up, and look, they are driving down that field, and he absolutely goes in for the touchdown, and that was just unacceptable. But on 1st and 10, I absolutely got burnt. And guess what? I got lucky for that one, but they tried me the next play, and I let it happen again. And man, that was just on me. That wasn't supposed to happen. But on 1st and 10, I was just getting routed up. This number 11 had me beaten. Just look at this, man. I'm just out there. I don't know what I was doing this game, man, and I was having one of the worst games. But on 2nd and 6, I could have had an interception, but it was a flag, not even on me, and I dropped it. Come on, baby. And if I would have caught it, it still wouldn't have mattered. But they absolutely go down and score again. It's 35-17. And man, just look at this number 11. I don't know who he is or who he is in college football. Boom. But he's a problem. But we absolutely going to lose another ball game. And I end the game off with 3 total tackles. That's it. Going into our next game against Rice, I was absolutely strapping him up, but he threw it to my team and I knocked that ball out. I said, there's no fly zone. I don't care. I might not intercept that ball, but I promise you I'm going to knock it out each and every time. But on 3rd and 3, I absolutely intercept that ball, and man, all I could see was that end zone, and it closed up so fast, and I got thrown right to the ground. But on 3rd and goal, man, they absolutely ran the ball just where I came from. I don't know why I just didn't stay outside. But on 1st and 10, I thought it was going to be a short pass or a reverse run, but I absolutely hawked him down. That's what you call relentless. But on 1st and 10, I ran the route for him, and he just threw it underneath, and man, bam, I'm going to take ACMC out. But on 3rd and 7, I'm just sitting in no man's land, not doing anything, watching my teammates just, they're just driving, and we're used to losing at this point, and I'm really starting to can't take it anymore. But on 3rd and 9, I absolutely seen this from a mile away, knocked that ball out. I should have intercepted it and took that thing for 6. But on 1st and 10, I got burnt by this number 17, and I'm not going to lie. He was off to the races. It was no catching him. He was gone. He was gone. I knew it. But on 1st and 10, he absolutely, boom, oh yeah, that's what you call Oklahoma one-on-one. Who's going to win? I'm going to win every time. Long Badookie knocks the ball out again. But on 1st and goal, bam, oh yes, sir, you don't run that ball my way. Coach takes me out the game. They goes in to score. On 1st and 10, he runs it outside again, and bam, that's another one right to your sideline. But we lose another game. But I mean, man, taking loss after loss after loss, I mean, you just get tired of that, man. We lost 5 games. We are 3-5. We are bottom of the bottom trash. Yeah, absolutely. Just trash. And on 3rd and 13, that's the way to knock the ball out, Long Badookie. But on 2nd and 10, I was getting blocked up, and I'm not going to lie. He hit that thing straight up the middle, and he was going to the races. He took it for 6. And I mean, we're down by 1 point. So, hey, I said, I'm going to intercept that ball. Why not be a playmaker while we absolutely could try to win this ball game? And on 3rd and 4, I almost had another one, but I dropped it, man. I can't be settling, bam, for less and absolutely just letting my team down when I can help them out. And that's on me, but they absolutely will get down the field, kick 3, and we go on and lose by 1. Another one. We lost. On to our next game against UAB. Hopefully this game is a better game. On 1st and 10, I was in great coverage, but man, he just ran right around me like I was just a nobody. I don't know what I'm doing out there. These last games, I'm just been playing like trash. I mean, I may have gotten an interception and tackles like that, but man, I can't be making simple mistakes like that and getting burnt like this and just watching these boys run the score up on us each and every game. I mean, look, we had the lead. It was 14-0. Now it's 21-14, and I absolutely dropped an interception. That's on me. But on 2nd and 10, I said I'm going to make up for it. Bam! Absolutely took ACL, MCL out, but I knocked him forward. But on 1st and 10, that's not progressing. That's digressing, whatever, if that's a word. But I intercept the ball, and absolutely, it's 21-21, so I'm trying to return that thing, but I get put down. But on 1st and goal, they had a sweeping man. He will go in for 6 as they go ahead and score. It's 28-21. I'm sitting strapping my dude up, but man, as he goes all the way down that middle, he could go all the way for 6. But on 1st and 10, I bam, meet him outside, and man, I hurt him. But they knew the ball, win the game, we lose another one. But man, who would ever thought we'd be 3-7 in the position that we in today? I never thought this. I thought I was going to come here and rebuild this UConn team. But guess what? It's not looking too hot for us, man. They go in and score again on 1st and 10. I absolutely came around that corner and took his legs out, man. I'm trying to hurt something. Absolutely tried to intercept that right there, but I knocked the ball out. And on 3rd and 8, I absolutely read my assignment, did what I had to do. Bam! Meet him in that hole, but I absolutely threw him into the end zone. That's on me. At 17-3, we're already losing this ball game right here, but on 2nd and 9, I said, no, get over here. You're not going anywhere. But he breaks my tackle and said, son, you're just a freshman. And I said, what? A freshman? That right there just absolutely turned me up. On 2nd and 9, I said, I'm going to find him, and I'm going to bam, hunt him down. You shouldn't have even jumped over that dude right there. And on 1st and goal, they didn't throw that ball my way. They knew better. And on 2nd and 8, I said, what did you call me? I absolutely went to go get a sack. And on 3rd and 16, man, I had an interception, but I knocked the ball out. That was still beautiful, but guess what? We lose 48-10. And getting a text from my teammate, hey, I just wanted to let you know I've enjoyed playing with you, but I'm going to enter the transfer portal. I've got to get away from losing. And I told him, hey, man, I get it. Man, going into our last game of the season, we're hoping this right here could be the best game that we absolutely have to absolutely cap the season off on a good note. But it didn't start off well. They went ahead and scored early on in the game. It was already 7-0, but on 1st and 10, I was trying to read it, and I was out there getting cooked. I guess I was just tired of losing and ready to get up out of here. But on 3rd and 9, I said, no, I'm going to end off on a good note. I'm going to intercept that ball. I don't care lose or not. I'm going to absolutely make sure that I left my mark out there. Bam! I don't care if you're running out of bounds either. I'm going to hit you. I'm absolutely going to target you. I'm trying to hurt you, but we're going to lose 41-7 after I walked off the field in the 2nd quarter. I got the best defensive back, all FBS, Independence, absolutely freshman award, and it was time to leave. I couldn't take it anymore. We only won 3 games, so I entered the transfer portal, and Long Badookie is going to be somewhere else at a higher program, somewhere that we can win. So drop in the comments down below, where will Long Badookie end up?